My name is Simbarashe Kanyimo. I'm from Zimbabwe, from Africa University, and I'm with the Child Rights Research Center. Accountable adaptation is a process where we need to ensure that accountable adaptation efforts, climate adaptation efforts are equitable, inclusive, and are responsive to the needs of the community. I think it's important so that everyone in the cycle, in the project cycle, is accountable. The funders and those that are benefiting from the efforts.
Hello, I am Danley Coolcraft Edu from the University of Ghana in Accra, Ghana. And I work there as a lecturer and I'm a fellow on the Accountable Adaptation Project. It's been an exciting experience. I have enjoyed particularly the interactive sessions with my peers. We've had the opportunity to read each other's work, discuss each other's work. And as we did that, we have been able to see the bigger picture of accountable adaptation, where everyone brings together their perspective, and we are now beginning to see what accountable adaptation should look like and what it is looking like actually on the ground.
My name is Nurhan Gilad, and I work as an assistant professor at the Urban Design and Planning Department, Faculty of Engineering at Shams University. I come from Cairo, Egypt, and my work is, I'm here because I'm part of the Accountable Adaptation Fellowship. And this week we have been learning from each other about our works. It has been really interesting so far because one-to-one interaction is definitely better than our virtual past interactions that we had earlier this year. We have been to the Nairobi National Park, which is definitely have a great impact on climate adaptation for a big city like Nairobi. My interest is about green spaces overall and landscape. So I think Nairobi City Park National Park is really interesting and amazing, and I am exhilarated about the fact that development hasn't encroached so far on this massive green space within the heart of the city. So I think this is definitely, it can be one of the most impactful climate adaptation projects in Kenya regarding natural life and also alleviating heat stress overall in the city and also connecting people to the nature. So this might be one of the things that really stood up for me so far. Well, my research is working on social learning and creation, and I believe that we need to listen more to the people to understand more about their daily life, because climate adaptation is too near for our everyday life dynamics. It's not that far, it's not theoretical. People need to adapt when they are faced with different challenges regarding climate change. So definitely there is something there on the ground that's happening that we should be looking for and learning from in order to understand more about what's really working and happening on ground. And sometimes it's with really cheap or accessible materials and resources. So I think we need to listen more, learn more from the community, and then we can also help them to adapt better. So I think it's maybe knowledge co-creation is one of the most interesting and important pathways for accountability overall for climate change.
From Zimbabwe, my name is Adaptation. I've been working in different climate-related projects in the southeast of Zimbabwe. I think marginalized communities or vulnerable groups are the most affected by climate disasters. If we may to say, they could be women, they could be youth, they could be elders, they could be those living with disabilities. But at the same time, when these adaptation programs or initiatives are being crafted, they are rarely consulted on what should be done and which course should be taken. So when it comes to accountability, I think these groups should be the ones who need also to take part in holding whoever is implementing or whoever is leading in the processes of climate adaptation initiatives, to hold them accountable if they are being included, and also to find out if these climate adaptation initiatives are really speaking or are really worthy in regarding to their social, economic and political situations which they are in.
My name is Franklin Piopunzore. I'm from Nigeria, Plateau State to be precise. I work with the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria as a lecturer, where I teach design and environmental sustainability, theoretical design and all sorts of aesthetics that enhance performances on stage. I'm also the founder of a non-profit organization called the Creative Arts for Development Center. What stood out the most for me is the flexibility of the program, where it allows researchers and experts to explore and bring up ideas that could contribute to accountability, climate accountability. It has given room for me to be able to bring on board my expertise in the areas of theatre for development and participatory learning and action tools. Yeah. The key thing I picked from all of my colleagues is that everyone is important. So the children, the youths, the older ones, everyone is important. The women and all is important. And it's also important that we take into consideration what is important to the people, not just looking at things from our own perspective.
My name is Johannes Banye. I come from Zimbabwe, but currently I'm based in South Africa at the University of Cape Town. I'm affiliated with the African Climate and Development Initiative, ACDI. It's one of the best climate change institutes in Africa currently, and I'm a postdoctoral fellow there. My research is specifically on urban water adaptation, specifically focusing on flooding in informal settlements in Cape Town. We want all our projects to make a common contribution towards the accountable adaptation framework, and really to continue as a community of fellows, a community of scholars on accountability, continue these conversations, continuing these collaborations. I think that will be very important going forward for me. Yeah.
Je m'appelle Limazie Mozinda. Je suis chercheur associé à l'équipe de recherche en économie agricole et appliquée de l'Université de Lomé Otogo. Durant cette formation, j'ai beaucoup appris. J'ai approfondi mes connaissances concernant la redevabilité et j'ai beaucoup appris pour que les projets d'adaptation au changement climatique soient efficaces. Il faut impliquer les bénéficiaires dès le début de la conception des projets.
Maïta Basa.
Nagode.